Okay, this is a good one. Don't I say that a lot? This is a good one? Because they're just good, they're good. How do you separate this fake kind of, it's not fake, well it is, but the human ego, individual constructed self, how do you separate that from like your formless self, your eternal self? How do you separate this temporary 3D matrix hologram self from like the real self in which this individual self is housed in? Not how do you destroy it? That's nonsense. How do you stop paying so much attention to the human self with its whole dualistic nature? Because you get tired after a while of this roller coaster. Oh, I feel really good. Oh, no, I feel bad. Oh, I got a new relationship. Whoa, she's really nice. Oh, she's mad at me. Oh, I made a bunch of money. Oh, the IRS took it all. Oh, my health is really good. Damn, I got in a car accident. This sucks. See, something gets tired of that. Ooh, I got gains. I'm 50, 60 years old. Skin's a little flabby now. This is duality. But there's something that's not. There's some awareness, background awareness. It needs to be more foreground. It will. It's cool. There's some background awareness that you've had ever since. I remember when I was in a baby carriage. My mom was trying to teach me the alphabet. And she got mad at me because I wasn't getting it quick enough. I remember that. I like that movie Powder, though. I can't remember as good as he did. He remembered when he was in the stomach of his mother and the lightning struck her and killed her. He remembers that. And he remembers when he was in the hospital bed, when he got delivered, and then the dad was like, he's not my baby, because he wasn't deformed, but he was different because of that lightning episode. Anyway, can't remember that level. I do remember, though, you know what my earliest memory is? Total darkness. It's almost like, I just feel like it was in the hospital room when I came out. I'm not trying to be cool, I'm just sharing something. But it may not be, because it doesn't make sense. Like there was just total dark. But I told a girlfriend once, and she said, well, maybe that's what your first thing you saw when you come out, because your eyes aren't open, so you see darkness. I was like, whoa, she surprised me, actually. She usually doesn't say things like that. Anyway, the earliest memory, this is the point, not whose memory is the best. The point is, the earliest memory, and I remember when I used to play soccer and baseball as a kid, there was or run track, there was some awareness, or even fight. There was that was always taking place in some space, some field of awareness. There was some witnessing what the human self was doing. There just always was, as there is right now. Same awareness is here right now. I'm a little older now. Although something doesn't feel older, that's how you can get in trouble. See, you get older and you start trying to do the same things you did when you were a kid, swing from trees, and you're like, whoa, that hurt. What happened? You see, it's weird, because something's not older, something's ageless, but yet something's older. Anyway, there's still a background awareness that's here, even while I'm talking in this video, that's the same thing as it was when I was laying in the baby carriage trying to learn the alphabet. It's the same background awareness. It didn't change at all on any level. It's the same thing. Okay, how do you recognize that more than this human play self? How do you separate the two? This is what we're talking about. Number one, it takes time. You can't just, I'm going to just be aware of that starting right now and poof, I'm done. That's what the non-duals do. Like, I got it now. Done. It's an ever-evolving thing, and you can always be more aware of awareness than the individual body that the awareness is using to drive. That's the evolutionary journey. Becoming less focused on the individual body. There's many bodies, by the way. It doesn't end with the human body. Very subtle bodies too. light bodies. Still, it's a body, because you need a body to taste your formless self, so you don't lose your bodies. But how can you be more aware of the formless self in which this body is housed in, as opposed to vice versa? Let's make things simple. Let's keep things like let's focus for a second. Physical body, human body. Let's talk about human body. You have physical body, emotional body, mental body. All right, I'm going to say those. There's 7 different bodies, and the etheric body, and causal body, and Buddhic body. Yeah, I know. Okay, but let's just make things simple. Physical body, emotional body, mental body. You're aware. Physical body is weird. It can have aches and pains and agitations, and some people have, nervous system problems or heavy ones, Parkinson's or extreme Tourette's, and they have extreme tics and twitches, and the body's doing all kinds of weird things. But yet there's something that knows, like, wait a minute, it's watching that. What's watching that? That's not having tics. That's not having spasms. You see? That's always there. Now let's take the emotional body. Weird sensations, energy movements, feelings, emotions, turbulent emotions. Nice, like sattvic, like feelings of like contentment and serenity. There's that. It's emotional body, energy body, mental body. But when you're having those turbulent emotions, or more of a still lake type sensations, something's aware of that, right? You're aware of that. You're aware of the contrast. Well, yesterday I was super like emotionally rambunctious, restless. Oh, today's like, I just want to stay like that. See, you're aware of that, because that's also taking place inside your formless self. But this is why we need the bodies. We need the bodies, otherwise we wouldn't be aware of it. Being aware of these things is what allows us to enjoy them. If that awareness wasn't there, the background awareness, we couldn't enjoy the nice, still lake, serene feelings. You see? So you never lose the individual self. That would be like, it would just be stupid. It would be like, what's the whole point of creation then? To kill all that and then just become absolutely nothing and not even know it? Okay, so that was the emotional body. Then you got the mental body, thoughts. You're aware sometimes of some obsessive compulsive thinking, thought streams. I can't stop thinking about this thing. I got this goal and I'm really close and I'm almost there, and whoa, if I get there, there's gonna be a lot of success, and yeah, but who cares? I've been there, done that before, but I can't help it. I keep thinking about it. Or you meet a new relationship and you're just thinking about her or him all the time. And it's like, why am I thinking about this person so much? I don't know, but I like it. Energy body, emotional body. So, you're thinking about it. That's the thought. The mental body's thinking about the person. The emotional body, energy body, starting to feel the sensations that come from the thoughts, and then that's experienced in the physical body. And so you see how it's all intertwined together? Just real quick with the mental body. So, because I just gave the negative side, obsessive compulsive thinking, but also there can be awareness of no thought or minimal thought. It's like, whoa, there's like no thoughts. It's just like, I almost feel like I'm talking like a non-dual, but I'm not. You're aware of the presence, and you're aware that it's not. It's like you're being aware of the sky and it doesn't have any clouds. Something's aware of that. And then when thoughts come, you're aware, like, oh, there's some clouds appearing now. Okay. I liked when there was no clouds, but actually, now the clouds are cool too, because I want to think about this girl I just met, actually. So that's the mental body. You start to see how they're all intertwined together, like they all work together. This is the programmers, cosmic programmers that constructed this body, which is really our own higher self. They're pretty good programmers, aren't they? They make the programmers here look like nothing. I mean, they actually put this body together. There's no scientists. We're so far behind. Man, it's amazing the narcissism in science. Like, we don't know anything. They say, well, we can clone something. Okay, so what? Can't build a human body out of the raw, subtle elements. Just construct a new body from the get-go. Until you can do that, like, I don't want to hear it. So you're aware of how these bodies are all intertwined and they work together to shape and give us this experience. Okay, last step though. Okay, so I gave an example of how the bodies function, and then the next is you're aware of how they're all interrelated and connected. And then the last thing, you also can be aware of how the consciousness, I'm pointing here, but it's not there, but I just pointed there. Something's aware of how the consciousness incarnates, key word, incarnates into this machine, this program. It goes into it, then it animates it, and then it gives it life, and then everything becomes super real. And then if you're suffering with certain physical elements and stuff, that just becomes really real and pronounced. See, when you're sleeping or dreaming, you're not really aware of your physical body. Let's say your physical body was having trouble. When you go to sleep, it's not a problem. It's when you wake up, because the consciousness incarnates again into this body, whereas before it was kind of receded a bit. This is the point of a spiritual practice or a meditation. The consciousness incarnates less into this physical construct. Still has to incarnate to a degree to keep it going. If the consciousness leaves totally, boom, you're done. It's like when you see a dead body. The consciousness left, and it looks so empty. I mean, actually, this rock looks more alive than a physical body when the consciousness left. So then it becomes clear. It's like, okay, I'm definitely not this body. Go spend some time in the cremation grounds. That might help anybody that has a fear of death. You might feel like, okay, nah, I'm something deeper than the body. When the body drops, that's not the end of me. So you start to become aware of that subtle, it's so subtle, how the consciousness incarnates into the body and keeps it alive and keeps it going. And intensifies this whole dualistic experience. For a while, you can't help it. The mind comes in and says, okay, you know all this, stop doing it. Stop identifying so much with the human form. Don't do that. You can't help it. I made a video recently. You're not doing anything wrong. Stop thinking you're doing something wrong. You signed up for this evolutionary journey. Remember, you can't be like the kid who's 7 that wants to be 25. You got to go through the process. That's cool. Go through the process. What difference does it make? You're going to wake up someday. I'm making a short video soon. Like, we're all guaranteed to wake up, 100% guaranteed. It's just a question of time. So let this journey happen. You do your check-in. You just pay attention to what I was sharing, this process of how you can say this creation's put together and how the consciousness incarnates into it. The more you're aware of that process, the more the consciousness can kind of recede from being so identified with it. But it takes time. It's an evolutionary journey. That's part of the program, is the software program of evolution. You can't skip that. And if you do, you look weird. Go see my other video, Don't Be Weird or something. I like that one. All right, have a good day.